Hello all, welcome to the class of Discrete Mathematical Structures 18 CS 36. Today I'll be teaching a topic in Module 5, Trees, and the topic name is Rooted Trees, Binary Trees and its Problems. Myself, Dr. Madhura, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. First, we will know the definition for rooted tree. A directed tree T is called a rooted tree if it follows the satisfies the following two conditions. T contains a unique vertex called the root whose in degree is equal to 0 and the in degrees of all other vertices of the tree should be equal to 1. So any directed tree is said to be a rooted tree if it is satisfying these two conditions. So firstly, we should have a unique vertex which is called as the root whose in degree will be equal to 0 and the in degrees of all other vertices of the tree must be equal to 1. So if these two conditions satisfy, we say such a directed tree is called a rooted tree. Say for example, we consider this tree T. We observe this is a rooted tree. So the uppermost vertex that we are seeing here is the root here. And we observe the in degree of this particular vertex is 0. And we observe the in degree of all other internal vertices. All other vertices are said to be are equal to 1. We observe another rooted tree here, but this is not a rooted tree. It is just a directed tree, which is not a rooted tree. It is not a rooted tree because we observe that there exist two vertices whose n degree is equal to 0. So there has to exist exactly unique vertex or a vertex with only one vertex whose n degree must be equal to 0. So here we observe there are two vertices at the topmost whose n degree is equal to 0. So there are two roots for this. So this is not a rooted tree. Then we'll now understand the definition for level number. A vertex V of a rooted tree is said to be at the kth level or it has the level number k if the path from R to V is of length k. So any vertex V which is collected from a rooted tree is said to be at the kth level or it has the level number k if the path from R to V is of length k. So let us note the following point. If V1 and V2 are two vertices such that V1 has a lower level number than V2 and there is a path from V1 to V2, then we say that V1 is an ancestor of V2 or V2 is a descendant of V1. So two vertices in a rooted tree we consider and there are low level numbers for each of these vertices we are considering. So V1 has a lower level number than V2 and if there is a path from V1 to V2 then V1 is called as the ancestor of V2 or V2 is a descendant of V1. Suppose V1 and V2 are such that V1 has a lower level number than V2 and there is a direct edge from V1 to V2. Just not the path from V1 to V2, we are considering a direct edge from V1 to V2. Then V1 is called the parent of V2 or V2 is called the child of V1. We'll understand all these by considering a graph later. Two vertices with common parent are referred as siblings. So suppose there are two vertices which has a common parent and those two vertices will be referred as siblings. A vertex whose out degree is 0 is called a leaf. Out degree must be equal to 0 to say that particular vertex in a tree is a leaf. A vertex which is not a leaf is called an internal vertex. Any vertex that exists but it is not a leaf, so all other vertices other than the leaf are called as internal vertices. Say for example, to understand all these definitions, we'll consider this tree. It is a rooted tree. The directions which are directed downwards are obvious. So we are not considering the directions here. So we have the root r here whose in degree is equal to 0. And we observe that the in degree of all other vertices is equal to 1. So here V1 and V2 are at the first level. So usually the root will be at the 0th level and the vertices root has two children V1 and V2. So V1 and V2 are at the first level. Similarly V3, V4 are at the second level. V5, V6, V7 are at the third level and finally V8, V9 vertices are at the fourth level. So that is how we predict the level numbers. V1 is the ancestor of V3, V5, V6 or V5, V1 is the ancestor of V3, V5, V6. So let us observe this vertex V1. This is said to be the ancestor of V3, V5, V6. So these are all children and the grandchildren for the vertex V1. So that is why it is the ancestor. In other words, we can also say V3, V5, V6 are the descendants of vertex V1. The vertices V3, V5, V6 are all the descendants of the vertex V1. Now V1 is the parent of V3 or V3 is the child of V1. So when we observe that there is a direct edge from V1 to V3, so V1 becomes the parent of V3 or V3 will be the child of V1. Similarly, we can say that V5, V6 are the children of V3. So V5 and V6 becomes the siblings. Or here in the other part of the tree, we can also observe V8, V9 are the siblings. They are the children of the same parent, V7. V5, V6, V8, V9 are all leaves. Leaves have out degree 0. That is what the definition says. So observe that V5, V6, V8, V9 all have out degrees equal to 0. So they are all the leaves. And all other vertices other than these leaves are called as the internal vertices. That is V5, V6, V8, V9 are leaves. Other than these vertices, all other vertices are referred as internal vertices. Next, we will understand the definition for MRA tree. A rooted tree T is called a MRA tree if every internal vertex of T is of out degree less than or equal to M. So suppose a rooted tree T is said to be a MRA tree if it is satisfying the condition that every internal vertex of T has at most M children. That is one and the same as saying out degree less than or equal to M. So at most M children means maximum there arises M children for such a tree. So out degree must be equal to less than or equal to M. Such a tree is called MRA tree. Complete MRA tree. A rooted tree T is called a complete MRA tree if every internal vertex of T is of out degree exactly equal to M. So every internal vertex has exactly M children. So MRA tree out degree can be less than or equal to M, whereas for a complete MRA tree out degree must be exactly equal to M. That is having exactly M children. Next, we will understand the definition for binary tree. A MRA tree for which M equal to 2 is called a binary tree. In other words, a rooted tree T is said to be a binary tree if every vertex of T is of out degree less than or equal to 2. So it is the same definition as MRA tree with M value is equal to 2. So we can in turn say that every internal vertex of T has at most two children. So less than or equal to 2. Out degree must be less than or equal to 2 to say it is a binary tree. Then we have complete binary tree. So we have the definition for complete MRA tree. Then the same definition taking exactly M equal to 2 gives us the complete binary tree. Means a rooted tree is said to be a complete binary tree if every internal vertex of T is of out degree exactly equal to 2, or every internal vertex has exactly 2 children. Every internal vertices should have exactly 2 children to say it is a complete binary tree. Say for example, we observe this tree here, which is a binary tree. So we observe that the out degree of the vertices or the leaves here is equal to 2. This internal vertex has out degree equal to 1. And we observe the out degree of every vertex is less than or equal to 2. Less than or equal to 2. So this is just a binary tree. If there was an edge here for this particular vertex, then it would have been a complete binary tree. So there's another example following the same thing, that is followed by another edge over here. It says that out degree of every vertex, internal vertex, is exactly equal to 2. So this is a complete binary tree. Next, we understand the definition for balanced tree. If T is a rooted tree and H is the largest level number achieved by a leaf of T, then T is said to have the height H. So in order to know the definition for balanced tree, first we will understand the definition of a height, having a height H. So in any rooted tree, if if a leaf is achieved, the largest level number denoted by H, then T is said to have the height H. So we are talking about achieving the height H only for the leaves. And in such a tree, a rooted tree of height h is said to be balanced if the level number of every leaf is h or h minus 1. So in order to say any tree is a balanced tree, every leaf must be at the level h or it should be at the level h minus 1. Then such a tree is called a balanced tree. Say for example, so here we observe the leaves. Leaves have out degree equal to 0. So each of these leaves, if you observe, it is at the level h or at the level h minus 1. So this is a balanced tree. We observe the leaves here in the second tree. So here the level number is 3. The bottommost is at the level number 3. So height h is received, h is equal to 3 here. So h minus 1 will be at the second level. Here also we have leaves. H minus 2th level also we have the leaves. This is the leaf which is existing in the h minus 2th level. So this is not a balanced tree. Every leaf must be in the h or h minus 1th level to say it is a balanced tree. Next, we will understand the definition for full binary tree. Suppose T is a complete binary tree of height h. Then T is called a full binary tree if all the leaves in the tree are at the level h. So in a complete binary tree of height h, every leaf of the tree should be at the level h only to say it is a full binary tree. So let us consider this example, which is a full binary tree. We observe that all the leaves are at the level h only. Root is at the 0th level. This is first level, second level, third level. So we observe that all the leaves in this tree are at the third level only. So this is a full binary tree, which has out degree exactly equal to 2 for every internal vertex. So let us note this point that suppose T is a complete MRA tree of order n with P leaves and Q internal vertices. Then the following results are true. Firstly, n equal to mq plus 1, which is equal to mp minus 1 divided by m minus 1. P equal to m minus 1 into q plus 1, which is in turn equal to m minus 1 into n plus 1, the whole divided by m. Thirdly, q equal to n minus 1 divided by m, which is same as writing p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. So for a complete M array tree, we denote the order by n, that is number of vertices by n, and there are p leaves in the tree, and there are q internal vertices. And since it is a M array tree, obviously it represents the degree. So for such a tree considered, these results are true. These can be proved. So these results are always true. And this is the result for a complete M array tree. Similarly, for a complete binary tree that is taking m equal to 2, the above results now become, taking m equal to 2 in each of these expressions, we will be able to obtain n equal to 2q plus 1, which is in turn equal to 2p minus 1, and p equal to q plus 1, which will be in turn equal to n plus 1 divided by 2, and finally q, the internal vertices, will be equal to n minus 1 divided by 2, which in turn is equal to p minus 1. So these are some of the results which we need to memorize while doing problems for complete M array tree and for complete binary tree. So let us do the problems now. Firstly, find the number of leaves in a complete binary tree if it has 29 vertices. So given it is a complete binary tree, so m equal to 2, it has 29 vertices, so n equal to 29. We are supposed to find out the number of leaves in that tree. Number of leaves is denoted by p. So notations we need to memorize and do. So for a complete binary tree, m value is equal to 2, and by data we have n equal to number of vertices is 29. We need to find out the number of leaves, which is denoted by p. So p equal to question mark. So for a complete binary tree, we have this resultant p equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. Substitute n value. So 29 plus 1 divided by 2, this gives us 15. So number of leaves in such a tree with the conditions given as 15. Secondly, find the number of internal vertices. We need to find out the number of internal vertices in a complete 5 array tree with 817 leaves. Hence find the order. So we need to find out first the number of internal vertices, which we usually denote by q, and it is given the tree is a complete 5 array tree. So m value is equal to 5, and there are 817 leaves. So p value is given for us, p equal to 817. So m array tree, m equal to 5. This is a 5 array tree, complete 5 array tree. So m equal to 5. 817 leaves, so p equal to 817. And we need to first find out the number of internal vertices. Later followed by, we have to find out the order, that is nothing but n also. So first, we have the resultant for complete M array tree given by q equal to p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. This is the expression to find out number of internal vertices denoted by q, which is given by p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. So p value we can substitute 817 minus 1 divided by m is 5. So 5 minus 1 in the denominator. This simplifies to get the q value as 204. That is number of internal vertices in the given complete 5 array tree with 817 leaves is 204. Next, we also have to find out the order. So to find out the order of such a tree, n is given by mq plus 1. Substitute all the known values. M is known to us. Q we have obtained just now, which is 204. So substituting in the expression, we obtain the order n equal to 1021. So number of vertices in the given tree is 1021. Third problem. A complete binary tree has 20 leaves. Find the number of vertices. So it is given it is a complete binary tree. So m value is equal to 2 and it has 20 leaves. So p value is equal to 20. We are supposed to find out the number of vertices in the tree. That is n value we have to find out. So given a complete binary tree, so it is m value equal to 2. And from the data there are 20 leaves. Leaves are denoted by the notation p. So p value is equal to 20. And we are familiar with this formula for a complete MRA tree. N equal to mp minus 1 divided by m minus 1. N is nothing but the number of vertices what we are supposed to find out. So n value is equal to 2 into 20, m is 2, p is 20, minus 1, the whole divided by m minus 1, so 2 minus 1. Simplifying this, n value is equal to 39. So the number of leaves, number of vertices in the given tree is 39. Number of vertices, 39. We'll consider the next problem. A classroom contains 25 microcomputers that must be connected to a wall socket that has 4 outlets. So given situation, we have to analyze in terms of the leaves, a rooted tree, which carries the internal vertices, the root as well as the leaves. So it is given in the form of a statement problem. So it says that a classroom has 25 microcomputers and that must be connected to a wall socket which has 4 outlets. And the connections are made by using extension cords that have 4 outlets each. So we are making the connections for each of the microcomputers in such a way that they are connected through the extension cords and each of the extension cords has 4 outlets. We need to find the least number of cords needed to get this computer set up for the class. So let us see how to do the problem. We are analyzing this situation in the form of a rooted tree and working the problem. So let us first treat the wall socket as the root of a complete 4 array tree. So we consider here a complete 4 array tree because the the socket has 4 outlets each and each of the extension cords also have the 4 outlets. So it is a situation wherein we have to consider a complete 4 array tree. So we treat the wall socket as the root and we are considering the situation connected to complete 4 array tree with the computers as its leaves. So there are totally 25 microcomputers and these are treated as the leaves. And the internal vertices other than the root as the extension cords. So we have the internal vertices also in the tree. So other than the root is considered as a wall socket. So other than the root, we have considering all the internal vertices as the extension cords. So from the data, we can analyze that m value equal to 4 and p value equal to 25. P gives us the number of leaves, and we are assuming the microcomputers as the leaves. And it is a situation wherein there are 4 sockets, 4 outlets each for all the wall sockets as well as the extension cords. So here we have m equal to 4. It is a complete 4 array tree. So m value equal to 4 and each of the leaves are considered as the microcomputers here. So p value is 25 because there are 25 microcomputers from the data. And thus the number of internal vertices. Number of internal vertices is given by q equal to p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. P is 25 and m value is 4. Substituting and simplifying, we obtain q value as 8. This is nothing but the number of internal vertices. But we have assumed the internal vertices as the extension cords other than the root. Other than the root. Because the root is assumed as the wall socket for us. So number of extension cords needed, that is excluding the root. The number of extension cords that is in requirement, we are excluding the root, which is nothing but the wall socket here, will be q minus 1. So 8 minus 1, which is nothing but the 7. So total number of extension cords, that is what the question says. We need to find the least number of extension cords needed to get this computer setup. So total number of extension cords required excluding the root. So we are excluding one of the vertex, that is why it is q minus 1, which gives us 7. The same situation, whatever we had considered, and we assumed it in the form of a rooted tree, a complete 4-array tree we assumed, and we had leaves, internal vertices in the wall sockets. The situation can be analyzed with respect to in the form of a tree. So the computer setup can be represented in this manner. This is one such example what I have taken. Need not be the same way of writing down the tree. It can be represented in your own way. But just see to it that we are representing the root by a wall socket, and we have the extension cords which are nothing but the internal vertices here, and each of the leaves are assumed as the microcomputers. So in the situation, it says that there were 7 internal vertices other than the root, and the root is assumed as the wall socket, and we had 25 microcomputers, and each one of the outlet, there were 4 outlets each of the extension cord, including the extension cord, each of the wall socket and the extension cord had the 4 outlets. So the situation can be made in this way to understand in the form of a complete 4-array tree. So there are some practice questions for a better clarification always. So these problems will help you to give more clarity on the topic, that is rooted trees, about binary trees and the complete binary trees, MRA tree, etc. Thank you for watching.